So how do I get two 30 amp connections out of only one plug? More plugs. Okay, as I pointed out to you in the past, this 1998 Sea Ray 370 Sundancer that we love and enjoy is equipped with two inputs for 30 amp shore power, which is kind of standard. It's going to be in North America 30 amp or 50 amp. 120 volts is what we have. So as you can see, there are two sets of breakers, two inlets, basically two power controls. So coming from the shore power, we have one plug, one set of circuits, one 30 amp main with all the circuits running off of it, and then a second 30 amp main, which are two lines. So the boat actually has two plugs on the side where you plug in the shore power cables to get the voltage. And the reason that they did that is so that the air conditioners are all on just one side, air conditioners and microwave, which are higher draw. And then they took the charger, water heater, the other fridge, outlets and stove, and put them on the other side, so it's not going to overwhelm the system. If you only had a single 30 amp, it could trip this breaker. Now, so where we are located at our marina and pretty much everywhere we travel, we only use one plug, one shore power connection on land on the power pole. So we plug in that one main 30 amp extension cord that goes into it. But to get the two operating, we use this, and this is called a splitter. Yeah, so this is a 30 amp splitter. So how this works is this would plug in to the extension cord coming from the shore power, right? And so that comes in now, that is feeding electricity, and it splits, hence the name, a splitter, to two other outlets, which would then get plugged in to the side of the boat. So you have a single 30 being divided into two separate 30s, but all being powered from that one line coming in. So this is a must-have for folks who do a lot of traveling, even if you have at your home port marina. Two shore power outlets that you can plug in your two 30 amp shore powers, cords too, that is. This is great to have if you go to a place where many will only have a single 30 amp shore power receptacle for hooking up your boat to. If you want to do a lot of traveling, this is definitely a must to have. These things are not cheap, but it's, like I say, it's definitely a must. So this is a spare that we have just in case, because we have one permanently connected to our shore power cable, the main one that we use here at our home port marina. And this is just a spare, just in case we're away and that other cable is still here. Now this piece is made by a company called Marine Co, and they are probably #1 in the industry for making shore power cables, plugs, outlets, even little things like this. These are connectors for in between, so you have a tight, good, mostly waterproof connection between the two. Now I'm going to leave a link down in the description for Amazon where you can buy these if you don't have one. Like I say, they're fairly pricey, but what isn't on a boat, right? But they're a definite must. Now the thing to consider is if everything is running, if the stove is on, both fridges, you turn on the water heater, it kicks on, microwave, and both air conditioners, it could trip the breaker at the pole, because remember, that's only a single 30 amp circuit. Which one is plugging into in this instance? So if you run everything at the same time, it's entirely possible, not likely, but possible that you trip the breaker at the pole. But as you see, this is just a regular a breaker switch on our pole, and you would have to reset it. But if you do that too many times, you'll weaken the breaker, it has to be replaced, blah, blah, blah. So if one is careful with the load that is being applied on that circuit, you really shouldn't have an issue. We had the same setup on our last boat, our 330 Sundancer, identical panel, everything was exactly the same, and we used it the same way. We had one air conditioner on that boat, but again, everything else was running off of that. This boat has the two. We have a 19,000 BTU forward, and then a 12,000 forward, 7,000 aft, so that's 19,000 BTUs. And remember, those things will spike at around potentially 20 amps or more when they initially come on, but the run amperage is only around 10, 12. So if they're both running at the same time, shouldn't be an issue. We never use the stove on the boat, extremely rarely. and just be aware of water heater coming on at that same time. It's a no-brainer, really. The way you see it here, that's the way it is, and we've never had an issue. Yeah, so hopefully that was insightful for you. Real simple, just so you know, because there's a lot of people who are new to boating or want to get into boating, and they don't have all the ins and outs about how this stuff works. And so hopefully I was able to help you with that. As always, I would invite you to look down the description at my complete list of boat repairs, upgrades, how-to-ish videos, how I did it videos. And I'm going to include this one in that playlist. And there's over 100 different projects and insightful, hopefully insightful videos like this that you can learn all about boating. Not about all about boating, all that I've shared so far, but there's going to be more to come. So again, I will look forward to your positive comments, and I will see you in the next one, my friends. Cheers.